when we got close to it, it was blinding.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 military sightings of UFOs.
Look at this. It's incredible.
It is absolutely, there it goes.
Look at that.
And that was probably the first huge headline-making coverage of a strange object.
The script has flipped, and people are now taking this seriously and eliminating the unnecessary ridicule that has stigmatized the UFO topic.
For this list, we're looking at the most tantalizing cases in which military personnel reported seeing UFOs. Which of these stories do you find the most convincing? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. Often referred to as Britain's Roswell, the Rendlesham Forest Incident involved a series of sightings in Suffolk, England in late December 1980.
There was definitely something out in the woods. It seemed like to me like a massive light show.
At 3 a.m. on December 26th, United States Air Force servicemen witnessed bright lights falling from the sky. Upon further investigation, they saw a glowing metallic object that flew through the trees and excited the animals of a nearby farm.
It is a landed, structured craft of some sort, triangular in shape, and it appears to have come down in a small clearing.
When the sun rose, they found broken branches, burn marks, and impressions in the ground where the supposed UFO had landed. During their investigations on the 28th, the lights were seen again.
The reports were taken so seriously that they were fully investigated by the American military. But the commander there found nothing, and so the Rendlesham Forest Incident became the UK's most tantalizing UFO mystery.
Much has been written regarding the Rendlesham Forest Incident, both from ufologists and skeptics. The latter argue that the creeped-out servicemen misidentified fireballs or the nearby Orfordness Lighthouse.
If you think about it, does the government know what's going on? I mean, are they able to deal with this? What president or prime minister would want to risk their reputation by standing up and saying, yes, we have had contact?
Number 9. The Tehran UFO Incident. In the early morning of September 19, 1976, two Iranian Air Force jet interceptors investigated a mysterious light in the sky.
An enormous UFO was tracked across Iran by the Imperial Air Force.
While approaching the object, one of the jets experienced system failures, including loss of radio function. One of the jets also reported being fired on and attempted to fire back at its attacker.
The high rate of climb and high rate of acceleration that we saw from the UFO was something which was not existed those days.
It's a very popular story among ufologists, but skeptics are not convinced. They believe the objects were celestial in nature as the event occurred during a meteor shower, that the pilots were tired, and that the jet in question was notorious for braking.
I don't have any doubt about UFO. UFO exist, and they're trying to find some way to get contact with our world. That is my feeling, and I am positive.
Number 8. The Battle of Los Angeles. One of the most famous photos in ufology depicts massive spotlights shining into the black night sky over LA and converging on a mysterious object. This occurred on the morning of February 25, 1942, just a few short months after the United States entered World War II.
100,000 people witnessed something in the skies over Los Angeles.
Beginning around 2:30 a.m., Los Angeles County was blacked out, and the military attacked an object in the sky, firing 50 caliber machine guns and 1,400 anti-aircraft missiles.
The shooting lasted for about half an hour, killed a couple of people. But the big thing is, they didn't knock a piece off of whatever it was that was up there.
It was officially attributed to an anxious military and a stray weather balloon that was mistaken for an invading aircraft. The ufologists are not convinced, and they believe that the greater Los Angeles area was visited by something a little more out of this world.
So, what happened? Could there be some sort of paranormal explanation for this strange night in Los Angeles? Or can it all be chalked up to a collective case of frayed nerves?
Number 7. Wine Jar of the Gods. It may seem like UFOs are a modern phenomena, but in fact, sightings stretch back to classical antiquity. In 74 BC, two armies experienced a UFO sighting immediately before engagement. As written by ancient historian Plutarch, quote, "The sky burst asunder, and a huge flame-like body was seen to fall between the two armies. It was described as having the shape of a wine jar and the color of molten silver. The event was supposedly witnessed by thousands, and while the object may have been a meteorite, there are no contemporaneous records vouching for its existence. This is odd, as the ancient kingdom of Phrygia was well known for its documentation and reverence of meteorites. Number 6. Foo Fighters. Beginning in November of 1944, American, German, and Japanese militaries all witnessed mysterious balls of light in the night skies over Europe and the Pacific theater.
The pilots often described these objects were sort of fuzzy lights that could be a plasma light that would come up from the ground towards the airplane. And we know that now because there have been reinvestigations of all the files.
These were often compared to Christmas lights or balls of fire, as they were round, bright, and colorful. They eventually earned the nicknames Kraut Fireballs and Foo Fighters.
Americans named them after the comic strip character Smokey Stover, where there's fire, there's food, called them Foo Fighters. And by the way, there's a band in the country now called Foo Fighters, if I'm correct.
While they weren't malicious in nature, the American military took the sightings seriously. They were actively studied, and various explanations were given, although nothing has been officially confirmed.
They were undetectable on radars and impossibly fast. They became so common that newspapers, including the New York Times, reported their existence. But there was never an explanation on what they were.
The possible explanations include light reflections, electrostatic phenomena like St. Elmo's fire, and ball lightning. They haven't gone away, as a Foo Fighter was reported by Pakistan International Airlines in January 2021. Number 5. The Finnish Air Force sighting. The so-called 7 balloons of Pori were observed over the Finnish city on April 12, 1969. Pilot in training Tarmo Tukeva was ordered by flight control to investigate numerous air balloons that were observed over Pori Airport during a jet training exercise. The disc-shaped objects flew away from Tukeva at great speed once he approached. These objects were also seen and reported by a second pilot in training and a radar station located 125 miles away in the city of Vasa. The Finnish Air Force suspects that it was a spy plane, but we'll probably never know for sure. Number 4. The USS Nimitz Incident.
This is not some crazy person with their cell phone on Instagram, right? This is a $15 billion aircraft carrier with its radar systems, everything state-of-the-art.
One of the 3 Pentagon UFO videos leaked in 2017, the USS Nimitz Incident nonetheless deserves its own entry. In November of 2004, radar indicated that an unidentified object was flying off the coast of California, and fighter pilot David Fravor was sent to investigate. The operator informed Fravor that sightings like this had been occurring for weeks, and that they often involved an aircraft flying at 80,000 feet before rapidly dropping to 20,000 feet and hovering over the ocean.
Did it make a sound?
No, it's completely quiet. You know, something going that fast, it's gonna sound like boom, 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 boom. It's gonna have a whole bunch of sonic booms.
4 people, including Fravor, personally witnessed the UFO, which was estimated to be 40 feet long.
What was its shape? What was its, what did it look like it was made out of?
Like a perfectly smooth white Tic Tac.
Another pilot was sent, and he captured what is now known as the FLIR video. Number 3. The Pyramid UFO. The last couple of years have seen remarkable UFO footage leaked to the public, and that includes these flashing pyramid-shaped objects. Recorded by Navy personnel aboard the USS Russell in 2019, the video was leaked soon after, as part of a trove that also included various photos of other UFOs.
Other pictures have leaked as well that show a spherical object entering the water without making a splash, and there's some pictures as well shot from an FA-18 pilot off the coast of Virginia.
It circulated online before making headlines in April 2021.
I know it's hard for people to really, wrap their head around it, but it is real. That's no longer a point of conjecture at this point. We are well beyond that. The question is, what is it and how does it work?
The Pentagon admitted that the footage was real, with spokesperson Susan Goff stating, quote, "The UAP, meaning unidentified aerial phenomena, has included these incidents in their ongoing examinations." While skeptics argue that it could just be a plane, we are holding out hope for a loftier explanation.
We are now at a tipping point. It is time to let the public know what is known, no matter how big or small, what is known, about the UFO presence on planet Earth.
Number 2, the Roswell Incident. Arguably the most famous UFO story of all time, the Roswell Incident has become ingrained in the wider cultural consciousness and a popular part of American history. In July of 1947, an object crashed into a New Mexico farm. The Roswell Army Airfield inadvertently stoked conspiracy theories by saying that they had retrieved a, quote, flying disc from the location, leading to half a century's worth of UFO claims.
Right away, rumors spread that alien bodies had been found in the spacecraft.
Well, Roswell is really the ground zero of the UFO phenomenon.
This statement naturally caused an uproar, forcing the Army to retract the claim and clarify that the flying disc was actually just a weather balloon.
50 years after the incident, the Air Force released a report admitting that the wreckage was part of a secret system of atomic espionage. But for real believers, this is just another cover-up.
It has since been identified as a nuclear test surveillance balloon by the Air Force. But the truth may be out there, and ufologists believe that the Roswell incident was subjected to extensive government cover-up.
I mean, this is part of American culture. It is something that means a lot to a lot of people, and it means very different things to millions of people.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. UFOs over Mexico. The Mexican Air Force pursued these mysterious lights on March 5, 2004. Transmedium UFO. This leaked video was taken from the USS Omaha on July 15, 2019.
31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
Whoa, splashed. Mark bearing and range.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The USS Theodore Roosevelt Sightings. It's safe to say that these videos are the Roswell of our time.
Well, if there's a
First leaked in 2017, the videos, named Gimbal and Go Fast, were taken just a couple of years earlier by U.S. Navy fighter jets from the USS Theodore Roosevelt. The man behind the leak was Luis Elizondo, the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency's now defunct Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, who had resigned in October to protest government secrecy.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at the fly.
The videos were formally acknowledged by a Pentagon spokesperson in September 2019. The aerial phenomena seen in the videos officially remain unidentified by the Department of Defense.
Those who've actually been to space are skeptical about what the videos reveal.
These objects are probably some kind of secret military program, and what these pilots saw were real. They saw them, and they filmed and photographed them.
Skeptics have provided alternative explanations, but for many believers, these videos constitute some of the best evidence of extraterrestrial visitors out there.
Do you think that we will see a release from the government that shows something conclusively?
There is more that could be shared, will be shared with Congress for certain. I don't see that coming to the public soon.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.